Hello, class. It's your dearest, oldest uncle from Cleveland, Uncle Larry, coming at you from downtown Nashville. A little rainy today. Home of summer NAMM, by the way. I've got my Lane Motor Museum cup. You guys ever been to that place? It's amazing. My favorite place to take the kids. Coolest old car museum in Nashville. It's got a great vibe. You should go there. Lane Motor Museum. Oh, yeah, so speaking of NAMM, I got a little secret for you. I've never been to a NAMM show. 52 years old, never been to a NAMM show. I'm scared to death to go, to be honest. I've heard so many stories from people that have gone, and I'm just, I think it would be a little too stressful and hectic for me. I mean, I shouldn't prejudge, but I'm just afraid to try it. What do you guys think about all that? You ever go to the NAMM show? I just wanted to tell everybody that I'm okay. I know there's been a lot of people worried. I got some things in the VCB I want to get to in a minute. But yeah, I've just been taking a little break. I've been, whatever the mystery pain was in the right upper quadrant, or the RUQ, as they say online, it's subsided, and I'm thankful for that. Still don't know what it was, but when you get to this age, you never know, right? Let's see. Well, the VCB here. This is good stuff. Hey, Tom. Everyone is worried about you because you haven't done a video in 2 weeks. Don't worry, guys. I've just been busy. I've been doing this crazy project all week in the studio, writing with some old friends and some new friends on this sort of mystery project that I can't really talk about, with a bunch of 80s and 90s rock and roll stars. But yeah, just been having a good time, and I've had a guest staying with me for the last couple weeks. My old friend Gitano from Argentina has been staying here at the house while he's looking for his own place. And you know how, like, he's the coolest guy in the world, and I love having him around, but you know how, like, when you got somebody at your house, I would feel like a dick trying to do a video in front of him, you know, while he's here. You know, he's gone now. He's got his own place, so I got my house back to myself. I loved having him though. He turned me on to soccer, man. He's, you know, this guy's ate up with soccer, and I never really watched much soccer. And man, I've been getting into soccer, watching the World Cup and all that stuff. You know, I've always been an NFL guy, right? Can you believe that guy that plays for Argentina, Lionel Messi? I've been watching all these highlight reels of that guy. Like, how good is he? I've never seen anything like it. It's like insanely talented player. He just moves through the defense like they're not even there. It's incredible. Do you ever notice how when you, in sports and other things, whenever you see somebody doing something really well, it looks like they're hardly doing anything at all? You ever notice that? That goes for guitar too. You know, like most of the time you see somebody doing something amazing, it looks like their hands are barely moving. It's pretty much a guarantee when somebody looks like they're trying real hard on anything, they're probably not very good at it. That's just a guarantee from your old Uncle Larry. What else we got in the VCB here? Let's see. Hey, Tom, the BBC Six just played Stand For Myself by Yola. Cool track. Yeah, thank you, man. That was one of those records I made over at Dan Auerbach's place that came out a little while ago. And Yola is an amazing singer. She's incredible. And that single, Stand For Myself, features an acoustic intro by your buddy, Little Tommy from Cleveland. And man, I think I might have mentioned this in a previous video, but damn, I had to slap that. I just sort of wrote this little part where I was slapping the acoustic, and you got to make it real hard, you know, so you could hear it. And man, after a couple takes of that, the old thumb was hurting. But we got it, and the track turned out good. And here's another one. Hey, Tom, are you going to do any more gigs with Ann Wilson? Yeah. The first 4 gigs we did was a bit of an audition sort of trial for everybody, for her to see if she liked us, and for us to see if we liked doing it. So, you know, like none of the guys in the band have been keen on going on the road very much. So we've all been kind of studio guys for a long time. And it's a lot to ask to get a bunch of old studio guys out on the road. But we had such a good time. We're going to keep doing it. And we got some gigs booked sort of like in the New York area, like August 12 through 26. I'm going to be going, doing those. And looking forward to it. You could probably look online on her website and see the actual cities if you're concerned about coming. Love to have you. All right. Here's another one. Hey Tom, what are your thoughts on effects loop or plugging straight into the front of the amp? Well, what do you think? Come on, man. You're looking at Mr. Old School Analog here. Man, I haven't had an effects loop on an amp since I was a young kid. I remember when I was about 18, I had an interest in an effects loop. I thought it'd be cool to have your delays going post distortion and all that, but that's about the last I messed with that. I try to, I don't use any loops like on my pedal boards. You know, like some guys use those like loops that bypass everything. I never do any of that. I just plug shit in until it sounds good. And I like plugging stuff right in the amp, you know, getting that sort of cool front end of the amp thing when you blast it with like an old Echoplex or something like that. You know, something that really drives it. I like that. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, hey Tom, what's up with your 2 albums? Like, are they coming out soon? Yes. Believe it or not, I'm still, the album with Dean, Trip the Witch album, is done, mastered. And I think it's coming out at the end of August. We got a few last details. And my solo album, the Uncle Larry album, is going to be out hopefully by that time as well, early September, because I've got that totally done, mixed. It's going into mastering this week. And the last thing I need to get is my album art sorted out. I want to, as well as putting it on streaming, I want to make it a cool gatefold vinyl version of it. Because it was all cut on analog, and it's going to be mixed and mastered analog. And I'm going to win that Grammy for the instrumental album. But yeah, looking forward to that. I'll keep you guys posted. And thanks for all the inquiries about that. I wish I could get it out sooner, but I need that album art to be done. And that's what's really slowing me down. And I don't know much about it. I don't know who to call. I don't know what to do. So that's my final piece of the puzzle. But anyway, okay, here's a little lick I was playing on the old Bird. This is the one I used on the gig with Ann. Great old guitar. I love these guitars, man. When you're playing it, the way your arm goes over it, feels like you're just kind of resting comfortably at your desk, you know? Great shit. I was just doing a little, you know, mutant hybrid picking thing like I always do. You know, taking a lick that you could easily play very Smoke on the Water-ish. You know, groups of fourths, right? And just doing it in a sort of tricky way where you while you keep that thumb going on the 8th notes. B flat 6/9, and then E flat major imposed over A flat. So you got a 3-note bar. It's kind of a tough grab down on the 1st fret. But that's that polychord stuff like we used to talk about back in the old days, the Todd Rundgren shit. Next pickup, man. Woo! I love this axe. Okay, so one small note here on this guitar. I don't know if I mentioned this before. Stop me if I did. Sorry. But when I first got this guitar, I bought this from Elliot ages ago at Rumble Seat, and man, I couldn't even listen to it because it was so bright and trebly. I loved the way it played, but I hated the way it sounded. It was so trebly and bright. So I went in and had 100K pots put in, because you know how like the different value pots changes the sound of an electric guitar. Oh, probably some of you guys don't know that. Like the lower the value, like the darker the sound, right? If you put like 500K pots in this guitar as opposed to 100K, it would be a lot brighter, right? So I use that to sort of temper the high end. And when I did that, I actually saw the heavens part and the sky parted, and God said to me, "This is your Firebird." No, I'm just kidding. It was like the best thing I ever did to this guitar, and it just calmed all the high end, and it was great, and it's been one of my favorites since. But I recommend that, to some of you guys, if you're struggling with your guitar being too bright, you can use a lower value pot, and it'll calm everything down. Like a lot of people don't realize this, but like in 66, 67, 68, 69, a big contributor to the Bakersfield sound on those old Telecasters was the fact that Leo got a surplus of 1 meg pots, which is 1,000K, right? And put them in those Tellies. Those Tellies should have had 250K pots. That's what Tellies normally had. When you put a 1 meg pot in a Telly, it makes it bright as hell. Like you can break glass from 100 yards with that thing. So that's why those Tellys are so bright, which contributed to the Bakersfield sound. So if your Telly is real bright, put some different pots in it, and you can calm it down if you want, or just sell it and get another Telly. So there you go. I think that's enough to keep you busy for a minute. Again, guys, you don't have to worry about me. I'll tell you when it all goes to hell, I promise, all right? I was just taking a little break from the YouTube action for a minute, and it's all good, okay? I'll see you soon. Take care. Enjoy NAMM.